You're about to meet a professor from John Jay, who not only was in Puerto Rico during Hurricane Maria, but has been a driving force in the island's recovery. She's been a part of many initiatives, including flying medical teams here at a time when many doctors and nurses are leaving the Commonwealth. Zyphus Lebron has that story.
This cell phone footage of Hurricane Maria's high winds hitting Puerto Rico was taken in the hours before Dr. Jodie Roure and her children had to abandon their beachfront apartment for refuge in the island's interior.
We never saw any relief work in our neighborhood. So for 9 days, we opened a community kitchen with a neighbor who had a restaurant downstairs to help feed the children and the elderly in our community.
Running the community kitchen got her thinking about other ways that she could help. Thus was born Doctors for Maria Relief, an organization that brought medical supplies, surgeons, nurses, and doctors to 16 municipalities on the island. The first health brigade came together quickly after Rory made a phone call to a friend who is a journalist.
Michelle Leung is a correspondent for Vice. So I called her, explained to her what was going on. She said, "What do you need?" I said, "I need you to help me get a plane." And we put a call out. I put a call out for medical providers, doctors and nurses to come and help me. I was able to contact the Department of Health and have our doctors and nurses certified before we landed to Puerto Rico.
One of those doctors was Gerardo Miranda, a sports medicine physician who works at Mount Sinai. He says he was shocked by the scope of the physical damage to the island's infrastructure.
I grew up there, so I've been through a couple of hurricanes, but nothing like this.
Miranda's background as a team doctor proved crucial when packing the essentials for treacherous travels along mostly eroded roads. The brigades often offered roadside assistance to patients, signing prescriptions, and offering consultations from the backs of flatbed vans.
More often than not, we're just chronic illnesses that were in the verge of becoming acute. So people that needed their periodic assessment were not able to get to the doctors, or the doctors weren't able to open their offices because they didn't have any electricity. They didn't have access to the roads for wherever they live. So it was a combination of things.
Access to electricity and the need for clean water was just part of the issue. Rory says that the storm had blown the lid off the percolating health crisis that existed on the island.
People in the hardest hit regions don't have access to doctors because their doctors have left the island, or their doctors that are there don't have the ability to open their offices.
According to the Puerto Rico Statistics Institute, more than 1,200 physicians and surgeons left the country between 2005 and 2013 to live on the mainland. There, they can earn more than double what they make on the island.
In Puerto Rico, different than in the States, it's more common that you have your own practice and your own income. So when you're not working, you're not earning money.
The fiscal crisis is going to only compound the situation for professionals to leave because there's no incentive for them to stay. The inconsistency of electricity with the ongoing blackouts and the fact that people still remain without light and water on a consistent basis are just things that make it so that this health crisis is compounded.
Rory says she will continue to highlight the crisis in an effort to spur not just a rebuilding of the island, but a total transformation. One she hopes will include using underground electrical grids and solar power to protect the country from another protracted disaster. For CUNY TV, I'm Zyphus Lebron.